Like when it's blue, you already know it's like it's all good to go. Testing 1, 2.
Testing 1, 2.
Even pronounce your last name.
Winterstein.
Because I was going to say Winterstein. I was like, see, I was glad I actually I asked. I'll remember that. Why not?
Yeah.
It's Spanish and German in the mix.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bit of a cocktail there, eh? Okay. Mixing it up there.
Bad.
3,
Who cares?
2, 1. Hey fam, it's Everyday People Potty. I'm Ori.
I'm Tanya. I don't even know my name.
Girl, do you know your name? What's
No, clearly not today.
Okay.
Tan.
All right, there we go, guys. That's Tan. And we are here with a special guest,
Yes.
Antonio Winterstein. Everybody give it up.
Yay, from the JT Academy.
Yeah, how exciting. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Antonio.
Yep, so name Antonio Winterstein. I come from a Samoan background, both mum and dad born in Samoa.
Yeah,
I was born in New Zealand. Mum and dad.
Zimbabwe.
Oh, choice.
Sorry, we had to add that.
Yeah.
Mum and dad made a decision to move to Australia when I was 7.
Yeah.
For more opportunities and
Yeah.
a better lifestyle, and been here ever since. I live in Townsville,
Awesome.
but raised and done all my schooling in Brisbane. So
Yeah, cool.
been to a few places.
You don't play any kind of sport or anything?
Oh yes, yes. Yeah, and I come from a football background.
Yeah, cool.
We play rugby league. Mum and dad play rugby league, so I think it was natural for me to take up that sport as a passion, and
Awesome.
it was one of my dreams and goals as a young kid to crack it in the NRL, and got my opportunity in 2009 with the Broncos, and I was very fortunate to pave out a 10-year career in the game.
Yeah.
Finished in 2018.
That's awesome.
So yeah, and, I've always had a passion in working with youth and working with community-based programs,
Yeah.
and which is why I'm here today.
Yeah, that's
Not
awesome. So
Currently-
tell us a bit more about your role with the JT Academy.
So we're a service provider
Yeah.
of wellbeing and educational programs.
Yeah, cool.
We deliver it across the state. My role within the academy is an operations manager,
Yeah,
so
cool.
overseeing the programs rolling throughout our region.
Yeah.
So we've got a wonderful team, like-minded team as well, who value the development of youth, and it's a joy to be along that side of that journey, both with our
amazing.
staff and the participants as well.
Yeah.
When did the JT Academy actually start?
2018.
It was
Yeah,
2018.
yeah.
Love it.
2018,
Yeah.
our founder, who you might know, Jonathan Thurston, he also has a strong passion for his people and for youth in general, and it was an opportunity to give back by establishing the organisation in 2018, and it's picked up quite a bit of interest, obviously because of the brand, but also the concept as well.
Yeah, the concept
around
would be a big
empowering our
one.
youth. Yeah.
Which is awesome. I think it's a brilliant opportunity for the kids to. I
Yeah.
think it's important that they get empowered, because that's something that they lack nowadays.
Yes,
And it can. I think it'll make a difference for the future
Yeah.
for them. Tell us a little bit about with the JT Academy. Is it obviously we're in Mount Isa
Yep.
and Townsville, and do you have other branches?
Yes, Cairns, Townsville, Mount Isa, Harvey Bay, and the Gold Coast.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
5 branches.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a great expansion, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Cairns, Townsville, and Mount Isa, we
Yep.
deliver our JT Got This program, which is a crime prevention program,
Yep.
and it's in partnership with the Queensland Government's response to youth crime, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it's been 12 months since we've established ourselves here in Mount Isa, and it's been great. The community's been receptive. We value our collaborative approach, working alongside other community organisations, and it's just an opportunity to be a part of the solution.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no silver bullet to improving youth crime at the moment.
Yeah.
But if we can be a part of that solution, that's
One
our
step at a
main
time.
focus.
100%.
Yeah.
And we're actually so privileged to actually have you guys here in Mount Isa.
Yeah,
and
it's quite
obviously the youth crime out here, there's definitely a need for support
Yeah.
as well, and people to really gather around our young people. So it's really good that we have such good role models to actually step into that in the flesh and actually make a difference
Yeah.
through programs that
Yeah.
you guys have?
Yeah, so we design the programs.
Yeah, cool.
And we utilise core programs from the youth justice system as well.
Yeah.
Given that's the landscape we're working in, I think it's important that we speak that youth justice language as well and operate under the same framework.
Yeah. How are you finding the kids that you're working with? Like, how are you finding them being receptive? Like, have you seen them? I'll explain it this way. We did an event recently, and from the start of the event to the end of the event, you could see the progression that they went through in that time, like how they came in the door to when they left. Are you seeing that in the things that you're doing with the youth?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah? You see that progression throughout the 10-week intensive program.
Right.
So it's
that's
a 10-week
exciting.
10-week intensive program.
Yeah, love that.
How they're naturally going to be introverted and quiet on day one.
Yeah.
To see their progression throughout week 5 and week 10 is really pleasing. It's
cool.
It's rewarding, and it's a credit to our staff members on the ground as well. You can have these great initiatives and concepts if you don't have the right people involved.
Yeah, 100%. Takes the right person.
Yeah. That's so cool. And with the 10-week, did you say? 10 week program. What is there anything that you can sort of highlight over those 10 weeks that the kids are doing? Is there specific like events or things that they do to help?
Yep. So our content's mainly around self-efficacy building. So building on their self-worth.
Yes.
And through research, it's the 3 core values to achieving self-efficacy, and that's self-belief, confidence, and courage. So
love it.
The first part of the program is basically focusing on those 3 values.
That is, that's music to my ears, because
awesome.
as a life coach, that's what I deal with people.
Yeah.
Like really just try to empower them. Oh, that's exciting. Sorry.
That is, honestly, it's so good. I can't believe we're still actually sitting here.
I know, it's a bit surreal.
It is, because our podcast has been us two for the longest, but we really wanted to branch out and hear other people's stories and their hearts. So tell us a bit more about why you got involved with community work. So where did it start for you?
Started for me as soon as I transitioned off the field in 2018. My passion was always in youth work.
Okay.
So I was fortunate enough to work with the Cowboys Community Foundation, which was a boarding school environment. So they accommodate for young people from remote communities where they can reside in Townsville to achieve their QCEs and complete education. Spent 3 years there, which was enjoyable. I learned a lot, particularly working with First Nations young people.
Yeah, and you probably, obviously there's a lot of growth within your own personal journey as well. Getting involved.
That was great development for me, and I wanted to test my skills working with a bit more complex and challenging young people. Obviously with higher needs, and I took up a role in the Youth Justice Department, working in Townsville at Cleveland Youth Detention Centre, delivering programs in that environment, and again that was a great experience for me.
100%.
I was able to understand the youth justice framework, the landscape, and I then wanted to test those skills out in community. So
cool.
Opportunity came about with the academy, and I didn't think twice around putting my hat in the ring there.
Good on you. That's so good. Setting a good example, especially for our young males as well. I mean, there's a need for that support in this town, and I'm sure in many other towns with mental health in males. We had like Men's Mental Health Day not long ago as well. So it was really good to see the community come together once again and support each other and raise more awareness in that sense for that. But that's awesome. I'm excited to see what you guys are going to achieve this year for the rest of the year and for the years to come here in Mount Isa. That is us for today, guys. Everyday People Potty with Antonio. Let's go.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.